Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we've just joined the tomb of the King's Avenue. That was the King's Avenue Mall roundabout, which meant the King's Avenue Mall was on our right hand side. And now we're heading out towards Peyia. Yeah, that's where we're going. So sit back, kick back the flip-flops and enjoy the drive. We're going to wiggle and waggle through Tomb of the Kings, Lower Clorica, Kisonaga, and along the coast road where you're going to get a nice view out across the blue Mediterranean Sea towards Coral Bay. And then we're going to transcend into Lower Peyia and head towards Sea Caves. Now, let's go and check on that little breakfast couch and see just what is going on. Miss Dawn, are you there? Yep. Miss Sean, are you? Miss? Oh, I apologise. Mr. Sean, yes, he's sitting there as well. Is my little furry Gumbaru? Miss Daisy, are you there? Yes. And a new addition to the family, Mr. Bo. Yes, Mr. Bo, the little furry doggy. He's sitting there thinking, what's going on? And Miss Daisy's thinking, what's going on with the weather back in my wonderful homeland of Paphos? Oh my God, I'm going to stay in sunny downtown Manchester with the central heating on. Now, just further up the sofa, we've got Mr. Roger, and he's hanging on to Miss Anne for dear life, and squeezed in between everybody, giving Mr. Bo a little bit of a stroke, is our number one man, Mr. Doug. He's just finished his house cleaning, and he's got a rum and coke in both hands with a little bit of ice, and he's going to knock them back as he kicks off his flip-flops and watches Marika and me. Now, without further ado, we are on Tomb of the King's Avenue, and there's restaurants, bars, shops, hairdressers, bakeries and all sorts of things going on every which way you look. In fact, a very, very popular restaurant on the left-hand side, Mr. Dave Jono. Have a look at that one. Ooh, he likes that restaurant. We went there when he was over last February, and we had some Campari and all those sorts of bits and bobs, and he fell in love with something that was not on the menu, that's for sure. Anyway, let's get on with it. You've got the Evangelis Doctor's Surgery, private hospital branch on the left-hand side. Again, restaurants, hire shops, and all that kind of thing. Miss Andrea, look at that. That is the KFC in downtown Tomb of the Kings, which means that just up further yonder is the Tomb of the Kings roundabout, which allows you to wiggle waggle up to the old town, and it also allows you to take a left into the actual area known as Tomb of the Kings, which is a bit of an archaeological site. You can pop in there and have a wiggle and a waggle around and look at some mosaics, and the man on the gate will take €2.50 off each and every single one of you. Anyway, guess what?
Good morning.
Look at that.
How are you?
Partner in crime is sitting there. That's the brother, Mr. Jeremy. So where are we going, you're wondering? Well, we're going to pay her, but what are we going to pay her for? Well, we're going to go and pick up a car. We're going to go and pick up a Land Cruiser. A nice little car, actually, and we're going to wiggle back in it. And guess what? We're going to film as well. So, where are we now? We're coming towards the end of Tomb of the Kings area, which means we're going to transcend into the Lower Clorica area. So you've got Lower Clorica and you've got Uptown Clorica. Both got spectacular views of the blue Mediterranean Sea. But obviously, if you're in the Lower Clorica area, you get to put your toes in the blue Mediterranean Sea that little bit quicker. Yes, Mr. Jeremy?
This is a known speed trap, by the way.
It is, yes. Talking about Gumbarus in blue, that's the boys, the policemen, you understand who we're talking about. This stretch of road here is possibly the most famous stretch of the road for them, and they often stand just up here looking very, very glum with a cigarette in one hand, adjusting their flip-flops on their mobile phones. But guess what? When they catch you speeding, oh my God, they start to celebrate, they start to dance, they do the Chuchuchka dance, and they're running up and down, kissing and hugging Wysoching Wasibia Booth as they issue you with an on-the-spot fine. So please, if you're coming to downtown Paphos and you happen to own a car, you've borrowed a car, you've stolen a car, or possibly even rented a car, drive according to the speed limits, because they are quite happily waiting for you. Now, technically now, this is Clorica. Well, the locals will say, no, you're still in Paphos. Well, just over there, it is Clorica. That's the Clorica Hills coming up, which means just on our left-hand side is the Aspire Private British School, as its name suggests. So if you're looking for a British education while you're living in downtown Paphos, that's where you want to check your littlies into. and there's quite a lot of foreigners in there from all sorts of different nationals, and obviously there are locals in there as well. But the curriculum, big word there, is taught through the medium of English, and then you can go on to further education, obviously in the UK or America, etc, etc. So where are we now? Give you a reference point. That's the Aliceland restaurant. Not a very busy restaurant, but it does have a spectacular view across the blue Mediterranean Sea. And to give you another reference point, coming up on the left hand side, that is the King Eliaphant Hotel. Now, if you're going to stay in a hotel somewhere in the Paphos region, to be honest, that there on the left hand side is the furthest you want to be from actual Paphos if you only want to walk, because that's going to take you, what, 15-20 minutes to get along the Tomb of the Kings Avenue, and it's going to take you half an hour or thereabouts to get to downtown Paradise, which of course is the harbour area, although at the moment it's not Paradise. There's a lot of Sherlock Holmesing going on, and it's a lot of big diggers in town. But don't worry, we'll keep you updated on that as it progresses. Coming up on the right hand side, well, we've got Mike's Kiosk, one of the biggest kiosks in Paphos, and often you can sit outside on a nice day, that is, and have an ice cream or a nice drink or something like that. Forgive the roads, because as so sweet Caroline, although she's a lady now, she understands that the roads are absolutely Sherlock Holmes, so she always likes to get her bottom onto her memory foam pillow, and her partner in crime, Lord Mr. Nigel Big Guns, sitting next to her, no doubt has got one of those Big Guns cocktails cooking and mixing in his left hand, and probably another one in his right hand, a bit like Mr. Duck. Now, talking about the breakfast crew, we've got a lady who's joined the crew, and she is apparently an expert at making tea. Yes, Miss Vivian, that's the girl. She is going to run round and make sure that everyone has got a fresh or a topped up brew as they sit there and enjoy the ride. So welcome to the channel, Miss Vivian, and keep pouring that tea. Is it Earl Grey? Now, talking about breakfast club, we've also got a bit of a lunchtime club developing as well. We've got Jamie, who apparently likes a chicken sandwich, sometimes has a bit of beef broth. I wonder what it is today. Could be con carne or lasagna or something like that. You never know. Where are we now? We're at the Clorica downtown crossroads. Traffic lights. If you take a right, you go uphill to uptown Clorica, and if you take a left, you quite literally go straight into the foyer of the St. George luxury 4-star beachfront hotel. But we're going to keep on going. Just over there is the Leonardo Lara Beach and Splash Resort, another luxury 4-star hotel, and you walk out its back door and you're straight onto the blue Mediterranean Sea. Now, a lot of people who stay in this area know that the sunset is truly spectacular. It's possibly the best place in Paphos to reside if you want to watch a great sunset. Possibly Dame Anne, it's a better viewpoint than even that very top window on the left hand side to the rear of the Alexander the Great Hotel. Sorry to upset you, I know you get a great view up there, but possibly in downtown Cassandra the view may be that little bit better. Now, talking about cruise, breakfast cruise and lunchtime cruise, we've got a bit of an Alexander the Great Hotel crew going on, led by the one and only Dame Anne, but then there's other people checking in there. You've got Miss Nessie, you've got Mr. Andrew, who's her partner in crime, who likes to race around the Shropshire lanes in his Range Rover. And you never know, one of these days he's going to catch up with Mr. Andy from JJ Tonic fame, yep. And he's going to run you over, Mr. Andrew, run you over in your BMW. He's going to squish you and squash you to death in his big fat Range Rover. Anyway, some more members of the Alexander the Great crew. Who have we got? Miss Fiona, yes, and her one and only Gumbarro partner in crime, Mr. Rob, who tries his very best to make sure that Marios Diamonds is closed. But unfortunately for him, Miss Fiona is much cleverer, and she sends out her scout, Dame Anne, to make sure that it is open. And they never mosey on down, and they relinquish some of the funds out of his wallet's head. Mr. G.
Yeah.
He's here. He's half asleep to the side of me.
It's too early.
It's too early in the morning. He's having a bit of a snooze because it is quite early, Dawn, if you're wondering. It's around about 8:30 in downtown rainy Paphos. The temperature, not too bad. Miss Daisy, wait for it, 14 degrees. There you go. That's not too bad. A little tad warmer than Manchester, because we understand there's a bit of a cold breeze going to be coming in and nipping around your rear end. Anyway, where are we now? This is the sort of Kasonagarish area, is what we're going to call it. A few restaurants about, supermarkets about, shops about. Coming up, there's a great coffee shop at that supermarket over there, and it's called the Wraith Coffee Shop, and it's on the right-hand side, sorry, left-hand side, confusing my left with my right as usual. It's on the left-hand side, just over here, just after the traffic lights. And on the other side, you've got Marine Divers, you've got another coffee shop, which is not my favourite. You've got Gift Finder, and you've got the Fashion Hub. So if you want some clothes or that special gift, that could be the place for you to go. Now, in the very distance, what you've got in the hillside over there now is Uptown Peyia. That's where we're going. Now, talking to my younger brother next door to me, he's been introduced to the channel, and slowly but surely he is unwrapping and chilling out and relaxing and understanding that the viewers and the camera is not going to eat him. So I've told him to shout, to speak up when you're talking. Now, back to that note of the S-Class Mercedes. One or two of you have commented and said go for it, and one or two of you have said, well, you know, you're only going to live once, so go and try it, and why not?
Yeah, exactly.
So the plan is tomorrow to nip off to Limassol. Hopefully the sun's going to come out tomorrow. That's what they promised us. So we're going to mosey on down, me and him, and we're going to go and have a look. Is that right?
Yep.
And what we're going to do?
Incidentally, the sun's trying to come out now, isn't it? The rain doesn't usually last that long.
Yeah, it's slowly coming out.
So what are we going to do?
Well, we're going to go to Limassol.
Yeah.
You're going to get on your hands and knees.
Yeah, and crawl around and have a good look.
And I'm going to send you underneath it with a torch and a screwdriver.
Yeah.
And a video.
Yeah, but that model is bulletproof. I know I keep saying it, but it's the best. Well, it's the last true Mercedes.
It is the last true Mercedes. I know people now are pondering, what the hell are they talking about? Well, we're all about going to Limassol tomorrow to look at what is termed as a classic Mercedes S-Class, and the chassis is a W140 for the fellow geeks or petrol heads out there. That's the car we're going to go and look at. It appears to be in very good condition. It's only had two owners from new, one in the UK and one in Cyprus, and it's been in Cyprus since 2007. So the odds are that there is not that much rust on it, and hopefully there's no rust on it at all. And it's only done 85,000 miles.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a lot in 27 years. So that would tell us that it's been either broken down or it's been cherished. So we're going to have a mosey on down, and you never know, you might get to see us in a couple of weeks wibbling and wabbling around in a classic old S-Class. Now, on that note, if you do like what you see, why not hit the like, click subscribe, and come back for a little bit more of our complete and utter lunacy. And if you really want to watch the channel grow, why not click through to our About page, where you could consider buying us a coffee or two, and I promise you we're going to convert that into liquid benzene, which is petrol, and we'll pop that in the tank, and of course we'll take you with us on our adventures. That sky's blue.
Yeah.
The sun is slowly breaking through. So if you're looking for that perfect place to come for your holidays, you never know, Paphos could be that special place for you, because normally that sky is blue, that sea is blue, I'm dressed head to toe in blue, and all that's actually missing is you. I'm going to say thanks for watching. You're looking forward to a little adventure tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's not far to go, 60 kilometres down the bypass.
Nothing, is it? In the UK, you wouldn't think anything of it.
No. But I'm not going to take any money with me.
No.
I'm going to keep my money at home under the bed with Bob.
But like you said, it's done a low mileage, and it's either been broken down and garaged, or it's just been looked after and only used on weekends and stuff. So
I think it's been a weekend car from new. That's what I think.
but it still hasn't done mileage, has it?
No.
So,
Which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. But we've got to check all the suspension out, we've got to check all the inner sills, and we're going to have a damn good rummage around in that engine bay and see what's been monkeyed around with, and check that gearbox, because I feel bankruptcy is coming. Anyway, where are we? We're in downtown Peyia on the right hand side, and downtown Coral Bay on the left hand side. That's where we are, and that's the Peyia Paphos supermarket.
The best supermarket in Peyia.
It is, possibly in Paphos. It sells pretty much everything,
Especially for Brits.
especially for foreigners, not just Brits. It sells all sorts of bits and bobs, and if you want to pop in and buy some lingerie in that shop there for your partner in crime, that's where you would go. Thanks for watching.